I'm Ashton Addison from Blockwest Capital for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, once again, we have Eric Ma, the CMO of Deeper Network. Eric, welcome back to the show. Pleasure to have you here, and I'm really excited for this discussion.
Thank you, Ashton. Great to be back. Let's talk about all the exciting things happening at Deeper Network.
Definitely. So much has happened since we spoke just a few months ago. You've been shipping so many more of the Deeper Connect units. The mainnet is coming up. There's a lot to talk about with regards to decentralized VPNs. And let's start by getting people up to speed. For those who didn't see the first interview, if you could start with a little bit of an overview of Deeper Network and the focus, and then we can dive into the details.
Okay, yeah, sure. We're a company based in the United States, in the Silicon Valley area, in Santa Clara. And our main device, we have actually a working device, 5 generations of it, that allows users to access decentralized VPN. It has 4 features on it, 4 main features. Decentralized VPN, it has cybersecurity, which will protect your entire home or work network. It also has, it's going to be a Web3 gateway, which is continuing to develop. And then the last part is the mining aspect. It's also a miner. So it will mine cryptocurrency, in particular DPR, which is our native token. We are built on Polkadot substrate. And the other token, once approved, and we could talk about this a little bit later if that's okay, about the Helium token mining. We've integrated an antenna that will work to allow for dual mining on this device.
Wow, very cool. And it's great to have multiple use cases within the unit. And I know your team broke records on Indiegogo for blockchain hardware. So it's really cool because often people that are in cryptocurrency, they're holding coins that are digital, and a lot of people wish they had something they could hold in their hand. And with the Deeper Connect, you can actually hold it in your hand and have it at your house. So I do really like that. There are a lot of people as well. I've had this question often of people that are getting into crypto and they don't really understand fully, why do I need a VPN? Or more specifically, why do I need a DPN? And why is it even better if I'm in crypto? Could you attest to that?
Sure. Well, to share our vision as a company first, we're trying to create a more secure, a more private and fair internet for everybody who uses the internet. So the way we achieve that is to the DPN aspect, a decentralized private network. It is to fight censorship. So there's a lot of censorship that happens around the internet. So in terms of referring to your question, how people can benefit in crypto using a DPN, is that number one, DPN is different from VPN in that it doesn't have a central point of weakness such as the VPN. VPNs are owned by private companies. They have central servers. So those central servers actually act as the main central weak point. So if the server goes down or if it's hacked, which they're always targets of, it creates a huge problem for the network. And there's also a huge bottleneck as well. So often with VPNs, they become very laggy and slow. With DPNs, like our network, we're peer-to-peer. We connect directly through each device. Each device is its own node, its own client and server. So it allows the web of the network to travel to your destination. So for crypto investors, a lot of people like to use it in order to bypass the geosensor, which doesn't allow them to log into certain exchanges, for instance. We all know that people in the U.S., for instance, isn't able to access certain exchanges. I'm not going to name any names, but this will allow them to do that so that they can bypass those and be able to use any exchange they want.
Definitely. I think pointing out there that, VPNs, a lot of people love VPNs. They've been around for a while, but there is that huge central point of failure and the fact that they're constantly targeted. And that's actually can be a vulnerability over not having a VPN. So it's
Absolutely.
right.
Plus there's monthly fees and annual. Sometimes people pay annually for those, and they get really expensive. But with our device, you buy the device and you have free DPN for life. There's no monthly fees. You're just part of the network, basically.
Yeah, that's incredible, Eric. I know people that have been paying for VPNs for decades, and it actually is thousands of dollars that they've
That's
spent,
right.
and the units are much cheaper than that and much cooler as well.
Yep.
And I know
Less
that,
than less than 300, just if people were wondering.
yeah, I know there's already 20,000 plus units that are out, and you guys are backlogged with people that have been buying it. As I mentioned, you broke a record on the on the crowdfunding campaign selling these units. You have a bunch of different models as well, which is really cool. And this isn't even at the mainnet. This is like from the very beginning. And I know that your team's working hard, probably going to exponentially quadruple, quintuple
Right.
that number in the near future here as the mainnet launches. And I want to talk about that because that's obviously a huge milestone for your team. Can you talk about the mainnet, how you've been working on it, and the details surrounding it?
Sure. So our blockchain is called the Deeper Chain, and right now everything is our Deeper token. There's a whole ecosystem that's going to be wrapped around this token. It's on Ethereum at the moment, but we are going to create a bridge to our Deeper Chain, which is on Polkadot substrate. And what that's going to allow people to do on Polkadot is the transaction speeds, transaction costs, and also interoperability is going to be much improved on that. So we've been working hard on that. We've been doing everything in phases in terms of what our focus has been. Since 2018, we've been focused on the hardware, making sure that we have a functional hardware that wasn't necessarily tied in with blockchain, but we had that planned down the road, which we're at now. And once we had that, we had a working device that sells very well, and people loved using it. We have about 20,000 nodes now. Actually, once we ship everything, it'll be 20,000, but it's already been purchased. We have about 12,000 functioning at the moment, and once mainnet launches, it's going to allow for us to open up all the other things that we've planned to do, such as mining. We're going to have the mining kickoff as soon as mainnet launches, as well as the Web3 gateway, which is going to be a huge ecosystem, which will involve DeFi products. It'll involve NFTs. We'll have NFT stores, and where people could possibly mint PDFs. I'm sorry, not PDFs, NFTs. Man, my brain has been fried. PDFs, where they can, yeah, they can mint NFTs and sell their NFTs in our ecosystem, as well as DApp stores. People will be able to use that as well. So we can probably get into that. I think that's like a whole different subject by itself, the
Mm-hmm.
Web3 ecosystem. But once mainnet launches, I think the biggest thing that people are looking forward to is the Genesis node mining. They'll be the first miners on the chain, and then just mining the basic mining capabilities that all devices will have as well.
Mm-hmm. That's incredible, Eric. And yeah, that's what I'm most interested in hearing about as well. Is you're planning on launching it in the next month and a bit. There's already the people that have devices will be able to mine, and there's this Genesis node mining. Can you talk about the functionality of the mining? How people can mine? Do they require a device? And if how can they get involved if not?
Sure. So if you want to become a Genesis node miner, this will bring you the most rewards. In order to do so, our basically our deeper chain consensus algorithm is the proof of credit, POCR. And what you're doing is basically you are accruing credit score on how dependable of a network or a connection you are to the network. So it's all done through broadband, so it's internet. And once you plug your Ethernet cables, you're basically on the network. It's pretty much plug and play. We do have software that you can access to control the Deeper device to change settings and stuff. It's called Atom OS. It's accessible through your browser. just through a link. And once that happens, um, the way to participate in Genesis node mining is to, number one, you have to whitelist. You have to whitelist. We will receive what we need is all your info in terms of your name, your address, because we're shipping these hardware units to your household, your house. So, well, wherever it's to you. And so we'll collect all that. And also, we have to bind a wallet to your account as well, because when you elevate your credit score, it allows you to earn higher rewards, and that's part of the Genesis node mining, is that you're able to stake DPR tokens in order to elevate your credit score, earning you higher rewards. And our Genesis node mining, the rewards are, the chart is out. So to give you guys an example, you can mine up to 35,000 DPRs a month. So being that the DPR token is continuing to increase in value, um, just to give you an idea of the passive income that people can receive, if DPR hits $1, just for sake of easy numbers, but I do think that is a possibility. That means $35,000 a month in passive income. So that's pretty incredible. But for that is the highest tier. You will have to stake a lot of DPRs. That's 468,000 DPR tokens that you have to stake.
Mm-hmm.
And
Incredible.
then, yeah, so once you stake it, you whitelist, and then the staking platform will open. And then once you stake your DPR, you will basically, we do it in phases. The first phase, the people will receive a 24 karat gold plated Genesis node miner. So it's the first phase, the highest rewards. And if you make the cut there, it's going to be the top 1,000 stakers. And we have 8 tiers. So basically, 100 tier, which is the 100 credit score tier, all the way up to the 800, the credit score tier, which I talked to you just now about.
Mm-hmm.
And if they make the cut, then that's great. We will send you the Genesis node miner to your address, and then you just plug it in. When mainnet launches, you're ready to go. It's starting to mine. We will have future phases as well, until our mainnet launch, which is already set for August 28th. So between now and August 28th is when all this is going to be going on. You can come to our communities. I'm sure Ashton will have the proper links to get you involved. And Genesis node mining is huge. It's still so early. For those of you that are watching, it's definitely not too late. It's like getting in a project way early in the phase that people usually hear about later. Mm-hmm. And then they find out, like, oh man, I wish I was around at that time. Like, this is the time that you want to get in. Yeah.
Completely, Eric. And before mainnet launch, ideally is getting early. So yeah, I completely agree. And those tiers sound incredible. I will leave more information about that in the description box below. And earlier you did mention that not only is there mining for DPR, but you're working on a merged mining partnership with Helium Network. Maybe you can talk about that partnership. How does that work with the miner, and what's the added value for integrating Helium in there?
Great. Helium is a fantastic network that works on radio waves. It's an antenna and allows people to create a network through the radio antenna, allowing them to be kind of a third-party provider for IoT data transfers, IoT devices. So we were able to develop and successfully apply for an application to the Helium Network, which will allow our devices to mine HNT tokens. And so once approved by Helium, which I believe will be fairly soon, hopefully, because we have a working prototype, and a lot of the applications in there, it's all public. You can see it on their application website, the HIP. A lot of them don't have working prototypes, and they're kind of wish lists. A lot of them are software kind of solutions which may or may not work. But our application, we have a working antenna. We have code that shows that it does work. And once approved, we're able to go ahead and create or produce these antennas. The LoRa antennas will be, we plan to have them 10,000 at first, and those will, basically sell as a device, as an extension to your Deeper Connect or miner. So you just plug
Wow.
into the USB, and it's going to be interfaced with our Atom OS, where you can control how it mines and how much it mines. So you'll be earning on top of DPR HNT tokens as well. And as you guys, if you check out the charts for HNT, I mean, it's incredible how much they've grown, and it would be incredible to be able to mine HNT as well.
Definitely, I completely agree, and I have heard a lot about Helium Network and mining, and it sounds like it has been one of the strongest networks for mining in a innovative way. So that partnership sounds huge. I'm looking forward to the mainnet launch August 28th. You mentioned that between now and then you're working on this Genesis node program, setting it up. People can look into that staking and get a piece of hardware so they can get not just the mining, but get protected by the Deeper network overall, and have the functionality of DPNs in there, which I do highly recommend, and I have used it. I will continue to use it because it's a great piece of hardware. So congratulations on all of the success so far. But as you mentioned, I know we're still super early. Can you talk to the viewers on if they want to learn more and get involved in the community, learn even more about the mining, and follow along with the updates? Where's the best place for them to get involved with your team?
Sure. We have an awesome community, super active, very helpful. We have some of the best admins in the community or in the blockchain industry. So you guys can go to our Telegram. I think is probably our main one, and that's continuing to grow. We just recently launched our Discord, which has grown so fast and super active. I don't know what your preferences are, but we also have other communities. We have all those different social medias. Follow us on Twitter. I have my own personal Twitter as well that I kind of share information on Deeper Network with. You can find that. So all these links will go into Ashton's description. You could go ahead and click on those. That's probably the best way. I think the best way to learn about all the things happening at Deeper is in the community, because it's not just something that you can kind of type into Google and then just find. I think things are changing so fast that the best way to keep to the most updated news is within the community, where things can change on a weekly basis in terms of developments and all the exciting things. Like the Helium thing happened so quickly. It was in the plans, but it really happened. Like it all came together within a month, And so if you were a month earlier, you would have known nothing about Helium. But now it's actually ready. We're ready. If as proved tomorrow, we're ready to manufacture in mid-August. So that's just like how fast we are in terms of development.
Incredible, Eric. I'm looking forward to this mainnet launch coming up. I will leave all those links in the description box. As you mentioned, the viewers can check that out. All the best with the continued growth up to the mainnet and beyond. And let's follow up in the near future.
Thanks a lot, Ashton. Great to always be here on your show.